Morning and welcome to OSMG Television. One of our friends, Corian, mentioned what was the cost that it took to be an NFLPA advisor. So I appropriately will name this segment The Cost to Be the Boss. I remember in 2010, whenever I was looking into becoming an NFLPA advisor, I was helping Mrs. Thomas. She was at that time, her son Earl was going through the draft process, and I didn't really know a lot about the whole thing, but going through and kind of answering some of her questions and doing some research really kind of sparked my fire to get back into it and or get into it to actually become NFLPA certified. At the time, I was working with the federal government, and I decided, you know what, it's time to go ahead and do something that I want to do. So, of course, I ended up doing my research and I went to NFLPA.com, which at that time was NFLplayers.com, but now it's appropriately changed to NFLPA.com. So, in that process, I actually did the application, which at that time was only $1,600. That covered the background check, the application processing, and the initial materials that we received in order to study for the agent examination. Which at that time, like I say, it was the old CBA because I came in under the pre 2011 CBA that's in effect right now until 2020. But at that time, it was $1,600 for me to apply, and then we also had to pay our arrangements to get to Washington D.C., which was another about $500, and then probably about another $500 for hotel for the 2 night stay. So right now I was at about $2,600. Then once I passed the exam, I had to pay another $1,200 for my NFLPA dues, which was just once you pass the exam for that next year, and then I had to pay another $1,200 for errors and omissions insurance. Well, for those who don't know what errors and omissions insurance is, it protects the advisor from, or actually protects the client if an advisor were to make a mistake in contract negotiations. But ever since the new collective bargaining agreement where everything's kind of slotted, it's not really an area where advisors can make mistakes, but the NFLPA still requires that errors and omissions insurance. So my investment, before I even got a player, was that $1,600, about $1,000 travel back and forth for Washington D.C. hotel stay, $2,600, then about another $2,400 for the for my NFLPA and errors and omissions insurance. So before I actually got a player signed, I was in the hole about $5,000. Now, the big thing to remember now is that unfortunately, the NFLPA fees have actually gone up even more. So, in order to get certified, the application fee is now $2,500 plus plus probably another $1,000 to get get in and out of Washington State, because that's where the NFLPA headquarters are at, is in Washington D.C. So they put it on the prospective advisor in order to arrange travel to go up to Washington D.C. So you're looking at $2,500 plus another $1,000. Then you have to pay the NFLPA and errors and omissions insurance once you get certified, and that actually has gone up to $1,400 each. So now a prospective advisor is looking at 25, 35 plus another 28, about $6,300 before they actually can get their full certification effective for the 2016 year. So the big thing to look at is budgeting. Make sure that when you get into this, that you understand that this is not a cheap investment. That's why you don't want to have it as a part-time hustle, as a side business. You want to get in it wholeheartedly, or have somebody who's going to have that passion to really help you and want to help you build that business, because you don't want to just throw away $6,000, because there will be other costs that are associated in preparing an athlete athlete for the Combine Pro Day, and we'll get into that into further segments. But again, I told you I don't want to keep my videos long, so I wanted to answer that question now. And feel free to ask any questions. Just type them in the segment bottom, and we'll make a whole segment out of the questions that you prepare. And again, I thank you so much for supporting OSMG Television. I see we're starting to get some subscribers, so feel free to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Also, feel free to follow our blog on Tumblr. And, we just thank you so much for your support of OSMG Television. And as always, we're going to do everything we can to go the extra distance for our clients. Have a great day.